And we are in line 11 that says, God has spoken once. Twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God. Also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy, for you render to each one according to his work. Okay, so let's elaborate. Line 11. God has spoken once. Twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God. He's the omnipotent one. He has all power. Now, Satan has some power, but Satan doesn't have all power. 12. Also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy, for you render or you reward to each one according to his work. And so that sends us to Matthew 16:27. Matthew 16:27. That says, for the Son of Man will come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will reward each according to his works. And indeed he shall. And so that sends us to Mark 8:38. That says, for whoever is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him the Son of Man also will be ashamed when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. All right. And then it sends us to, going back to Matthew 16, it sends us to Romans 2:6. And so let's see what that says. Romans 2:6, that says, who will render to each one according to his deeds. And so that sends us back to 62:12 that we have read. We're reading now. Isn't that something? And then going back to Matthew 16, it sends us to Daniel 7:10. Daniel 7:10. That says, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. A thousand thousands ministered to him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was seated and the books were opened. All right, and so this is getting ready to talk about, God's judgment and everything like that. And so this has some reference scriptures to Revelation. Let's see. Revelation 20:11 through 15. That says, then I saw a great white throne, and him who sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, standing before God, and books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged according to their works by the things which were written in the books. The sea gave up the dead, and who were in it, and death and Hades delivered up the dead who were in them, and they were judged each one according to his works. Then death and Hades were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and anyone not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And notice this now. Notice the different types of books that he's talking about. Go up to 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, standing before God, and books were opened. Books, plural, more than one. But then another book was opened, which is the book of life. Only one book. What did Jesus tell us? That broad is the way that leads to destruction. A lot of people on that road. Narrow is a way that leads to life. Only a few people on that road. So a lot of people saying that they're going to heaven. I don't know. It's one book, but it's a lot of books that are not going to make it. And a lot of people in there that are not going to make it. So, let's look at, going back to 62. So, and also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy. And we need to ask God for his mercy. We need to ask God for his mercy. For also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy. For you render to each one according to his work. All right? And so, with that, that ends Psalm 62 about waiting for God. And Lord's willing, we will be in Psalm 63. I'm going to see if I have enough in me to record 63. I may or may not, because it is getting late. And so, but anyway, I'll see what the Lord has for me. But let me end by saying, just keep the faith, keep the focus. Stay on the Lord's side. Do what he asks you to do, and I'm doing what he asks me to do by his grace and mercy. And also, grace and mercy. All right? So, just know that I love you, and may God bless you.